my channel. My name is Shauna, or you can call me Mismooncrystal, whatever vibes with you the most. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for what are your abundance blocks. So the last reading that I did for you guys, it was in April, the end of April, and it came through, this message came through very strong about how this month is going to be about abundance. Well, some of you may be going, I don't see any abundance, I don't understand what's going on. Well, as we're moving through the month already, I started to see what was happening is that we are building new beliefs and new foundations that are pushing us towards a more solid foundation to have this abundance. And it's all about that right now. I've talked to a lot of you guys, and you've really been telling me how, okay, you had this idea, you want to pursue this dream that you've wanted to do for a long time, but you're scared, and you might be off work right now as well. But, you're not sure if you should take this time and start this project and see what happens, or if you should just go back to work. I've talked to a lot of you guys that are afraid about what's going to happen next. So this really popped up in my head, like this is an important pick a card to do for you guys around this time and around the energies that are happening right now. So, yes, I was inspired to do this one, but first, before I get started, I wanted to say thank you so much to my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for the support. I know I've kind of been not talking as much. It's because I was still dealing with the mouth issues, which are healing now and fine. That was something for me, that was a lesson for me, and the way everything happened was literally like, spirit coming through and going, okay, this is time for you to learn something so you can grow. So I didn't realize that at first, which that's usually how it happens. But then, as the days went by, the few days went, and I was like, what is this? What is this about? So finally I started, kind of meditating and just, talking to spirit and stuff, and things started to come through and really start to slow me down a little bit more, because I am an Aries and I love to work. I will work so much and not even realize it. I could work 10 hours and not even notice it sometimes. This was about me slowing myself down and kind of reorganizing some thoughts and some beliefs that have been there that needed to be changed, and that's it. And honestly, that's why, another reason why I wanted to do this pick a card is because I feel like that's what the energy is right now too. Like I said, last I left you with was the abundance reading. And then as we moved into May, I started to see, okay, we're definitely experiencing this Scorpio energy. We're definitely experiencing this 5 Hierophant energy, all of that. We are shattering beliefs, old paradigms, all these things right now on top of, like, it's literally the death card, like the Scorpio energy. What I experienced personally, that I would have a situation pop up and it seemed really bad, but then as soon as I started to work on it, it would go away like that day. And that happened a lot. So I could really see how the universe is really picking up, the speed and, really trying to get that consciousness raised. So it might seem really intense for you guys right now too. You might seem like you're being faced with a lot of issues and you don't know why. Things are speeding up. We're trying to raise the consciousness right now, you guys. And to get to that, we actually have to remove what no longer serves us anymore. So to do that, we're going through all these old beliefs, and karmic stuff from even 15, 20 years ago is coming back up. I've heard some crazy stories about people getting memories back that they haven't had for 20 years. All of a sudden, like right around the Scorpio moon. But that's what it's about, because those beliefs are in there subconsciously affecting you, so they have to come out. And Scorpio is about the subconscious, and the full moon is about revealing, shining the light on those sort of things. So we're really experiencing that, you guys, this month. And so I don't want you to be alarmed or be scared or anything, but things are moving quickly, so you may be faced with some different obstacles, but it's only for your own growth. It's to make you better, to put you on that path for your higher self, for your soul purpose. This is just so important right now. I know a lot of you are saying that you're going through your spiritual awakening. You don't know what's going on, you're confused. And that's exactly what it feels like. Not to say that I'm fully through my spiritual awakening. I feel like I had just started and I'm still going through it all the time. It's, infinite. This is an infinite universe. We're constantly growing and expanding all the time. But I see a lot of you are way showers, light workers. You have spiritual gifts that are coming online like crazy, and you may be confused about the, those thoughts and feelings that you're having. And then you might have these people, I'm getting that a lot, that people are really starting to kind of shut you down. They're trying to shut you down against this kind of stuff. But for the first time, you're able to kind of see, the blinders are off and you're not listening anymore. You have had time, you know that what you have is real. So I think that's really amazing, and don't feel alone, because spiritual awakenings and learning that you have spiritual gifts, which everybody has, we all have them, just different ones, and we all have similar ones as well too. But going through that process is scary, and it makes you feel like you're crazy. I'll never forget that I did. I really thought I was going crazy for a while, and I had to get some confirmation from different people. And if that's something you need to do, go do that. Get confirmation. That'll help you so much. It's so important, like I always say, you guys, to become aware of your thoughts and become mindful. This is like your superpower, because you literally can start to change your beliefs and change your life, because your beliefs affect your reality. It's a vibration. You're attracting what you're believing. And before, we've been living in this, I call it the hamster wheel, where we're always kind of focused on money and keeping things up, just like a survival fear mode. Well, now that we're able to kind of sit back more in this time almost of rest and see these thoughts and see how we were living, we're like, well, wait a minute, is there more out there for me? Am I more? Can I do more than just go to work every single day and come home and watch Netflix kind of thing? Yes, there's way more for us out there, and we're starting to learn that and wake up to it, and it's so amazing. Like, I'm so blessed to be here with you guys right now. I think it's incredible. Like, I'm tearing up right now. Okay. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. This month, you may have a lot of unexpected things pop up, things that, you're just not sure. But I will tell you this: if you're able to work through these things, they're going to go away quickly. This is this death card. We're not talking about the Tower card. When I feel the death card, I think of quick, fast, done, over with. The Tower card, I kind of get more of an energy of it might, last a little bit longer. This is stuff that is going to come in really quickly, surprise you, and then right after that is going to be gone, and you'll be fine. Like, as long as you can get through it and get through the next thing. So we're talking once again about our beliefs. We're talking about the government. We're talking about schools. We're talking about expanding our consciousness and growing all this month. This is the theme that is going on, and it's only going to continue as we move through this year some more. So I just want you guys to be aware of that, and be aware to never scare you. It's never about fear. It's about empowerment. And that's what's going on as well, is we have to be empowered. We have to stop fearing, and we have to start trusting ourselves and realize that we all have these gifts and that we all can do these things. I know a lot of you come to me and you go, I can't meditate, I'm not psychic, I'm not intuitive. Those are all blocks. And once again, that's why I wanted to do this video, is because you guys are all those things and more. But it's important for you to start trusting those things and working with them as well. So once again, like I said, I did this video because I feel like it will help you kind of realize the things that are blocking you from moving forward in your abundance and, that next step of things. Because I do feel at the end of all of this that we will all be abundant. We're all moving towards something better, not worse. This is going to get better, you guys. I promise. And it's not bad right now. I don't want you to ever think that. It just seems a little more scary because it's unknown, and that's it. But the unknown is the perfect place to start, because it has ultimate potential to begin and build anything that we want. I want to give a big shout out to Purivibe, and that's at Purivibe on Instagram. They sent me this beautiful necklace, and I've been obsessed with it since the day I got it. I've not taken it off, and I haven't worn any of my other ones like I usually do. But check them out. They said that anybody that goes on there, if you find something that you like, you just hashtag LoveShauna, and they will give you free shipping on any of their items. But thank you so much, Purivibe, for sending this to me, and I recommend you guys go check them out. That's a high vibe. They help raise the vibration. They have real crystals in them. They're beautiful. I'm all about keeping crystals around me. That's why I'm Mismooncrystal. That's really where I started, is with crystals, and they're very special to me. So I do appreciate them, you know, sending me this, because it's something that's very important to me. So check them out, you guys. I think it's important to support people right now too, because we are talking about abundance, we're talking about growth, you know, people starting businesses and those sort of things. Now, obviously there's spiritual things going on as well, but it all goes together. It all goes hand in hand. So in just a second, I'm going to put your 3 different piles up on the screen. Please take your time choosing. You can even pause the video if you need to, but I will see you at your reading. Alright, my friends, those of you that chose pile number 1, this is going to be your pick a card reading for your abundance blocks. So let's see what is blocking you right now from your abundance, so we can get you all moving forward. And when I say abundance, I also am talking about like your life being, you know, abundant as well. That is, every part of your life is abundant. And we're not just talking about, you know, money and finances here. This is your love life, your home life, just your happiness in general should be abundant all the time. So yes, it has to do with money, but I also feel that it has to do with just having a balanced life where you can trust yourself and your intuition, and you know things are you're taken care of. That's really what it's about, is abundantly being taken care of. And when you're abundant, you're able to actually give back to other people as well too. It's like your cup is overflowing, so it has nowhere else to go, so you have to give it to other people. And that's what we're trying to do as a collective right now. A lot of us are stuck in taking from other people or feeling drained from other people right now. And so because our cups are not full, we're not emotionally full, we don't feel good, we feel stressed, and that drains us. So these are the things that will help build you up to fill that cup up for you guys. So first we have the 10th house of reputation. We have the 7th house of relating. We have the 8 of cups. We have the Mother of Wands. We have the 9 of Wands. Full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Blech. Sorry, guys. I have no, wait, postpone, pause, and say no. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you and not to you. Otter spirit, you're never alone. I'm writing out space. Beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. Okay. Well, immediately I'm getting that you are working on something from the past that you're something bad has just happened, seems bad, something negative has happened that's really hurt you emotionally. And you're literally trying to run away from it into something new. And in that process, you're not really thinking about what needs to be done. You're just trying to get away. When I see this 8 of Cups, and the 7th house of relating, I feel that maybe some of you just got out of a relationship, or you've been hurt by somebody. You're having a hard time connecting to people right now. You've been hurt by other people, and it's affecting the way that you move forward in your career. And the way you look and appear to other people. You're having a hard time putting yourself back out there. It's definitely affecting you, what has happened. I feel like over the last few weeks, actually April, in April, it's like you're defeated is what I keep hearing. So, but because you feel defeated and you're just trying to move out of the situation as fast as possible, you're not thinking about how to move forward with things. So the block here to me is that you haven't slowed down, because you're afraid if you slow down and think about it, you're going to be hurt again. This is going to make you have to relive, rehash, bring this stuff back up that's really hurting you. But with this no, wait, postpone, pause, say no, this is telling me that the universe spirit is stopping you right now, and it's going to continue to stop you from moving forward until you look at this and realize why it happened, because we have this ever unfolding rose here too. I feel like you're supposed to be looking at this. You're supposed to be analyzing it. You're supposed to be going in and talking to Spirit right now and really understanding why it did happen to you so it doesn't happen again. And that's the point of this, is what I'm getting. We have meditate and contemplate. Like literally the universe is going, I want you to slow down and really think about this. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to make you relive something that's horrible, but until we can move forward and feel better about, yourself, ourselves, you have to pay attention and look at this stuff. Because I do feel that there's something that is like what you're running towards makes sense and it will work, but the universe wants you to stop first and pay attention to why this happened. It's very important that you figure out why this happened to you. It's going to help you on your next step. And it is a block for you right now, that you're not paying attention to this and that you are ignoring this. And then we have the Otter Spirit, you're never alone when I look down. So if you feel like you're all alone right now, like you can't connect with, other people or anything like that, Spirit's definitely coming through and confirming that you are not alone. Spirit's there with you all the time, even if you feel like, there's no one there for you. I'm also picking up for you guys, a lot of you that maybe you've been hurt by family and you're just trying to run away from family because they don't agree with what you're doing. They don't agree with maybe your beliefs. And if you guys are having I'm talking about a spiritual awakening and your family just isn't there yet, that's fine, but you may feel very alone right now. And I understand that. But Spirit is telling you it's still making its path for you. It's going to help you along the way. But once again, I really am getting that it's important that you sit back and understand why this has happened to you, why you're going through this, because it's going to be the key to the next step for you as well. Because there is something too here about making sure that this is exactly what you want, is what I'm feeling. Because your next steps are leading you to how you look to other people, how you present yourself, your career, those sort of things. And you don't want to run into something that you're going to be unhappy with. I'm even getting that, okay, don't run back to a job that you don't like just because it's there right this second and it's easy to get. It's definitely sit back and analyze this first. Is this really the right thing for me? Do I really want to go back to something that I'm miserable doing, is what I'm getting, just because it's easy and right there and accessible for me right now. Yes, make sure that you guys are doing the work. Your block is for sure that you're trying to rush ahead of the game without looking at things. And Spirit really wants you to slow down and look at things. And as soon as you do that, I promise that this block will go away and the path will open. That's all that they want you to do at this time, is what I'm getting, is really just look at this stuff. Take time with it and not just jump ahead, because you may, end up in a place that you don't want to be. And then when you do that, you might end up backtracking from that at that point. So, my dear friends, if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and notify. And as always, I hope you guys have a super blessed week. Thank you for watching. Alright, my friends, those of you that chose pile number 2, this is going to be your pick a card reading to what are your abundance blocks. So let's figure out what the blocks are so you guys can move forward into your abundance. And I said this in the last video, or the last reading as well, but when I say abundance, I feel like that's about having a balanced life, where you feel secure and safe and those sort of things. You're abundant in all areas of your life, not just with finances, but obviously that's a big thing that we are talking about right now, and it does affect us. I don't want to say it doesn't, but it is directly coming from our spiritual side, is how our abundance affects us. So I just felt this was an important one to do for y'all, so I hope you enjoy. So first you have Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion. Giraffe Spirit, See the Big Picture. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the First House of Self. We have Gemini, the butterfly, the social butterfly. We're about to be in Gemini, so some of you may be feeling that energy. Trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Samadhi, Krishna. New moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Nothing will come of this situation, void course of the moon. All right, move these guys over so I can see what I'm working with here, you guys. For you guys, I really feel that maybe you're holding on to something that may not be as healthy for you. And I almost get a sense that you're hiding something and you're afraid to tell people how you really feel about it. When I see this Krishna part, it's almost like you think that your divine part is a separate part of you. And like there's a bad part and a good part of you. Well, all those parts are together. You are one spiritual being together here. But it's really affecting how you see yourself and how you see and feel about yourself right now. So you're in a huge transition, you guys, but I almost feel that you're being blindsided by somebody or something, and you're kind of hanging on to this because you don't trust yourself yet. You have the Samadhi card, which is a beautiful card. That's, oneness with the universe. But on the other hand, too, it can feel like you're separate from the universe. So I feel that some of you are feeling blocked, like you aren't always one with the universe. Like sometimes you feel spiritual, maybe when you meditate, and then other times you feel like you're separate from it and it's not the same thing as you. Like I'm saying, that's not true. The trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? So this whole path that you're on, I know sometimes things come up that make us uncomfortable. We go through things, we do things, we say things, we're not sure why. All that is part of your experience and part of your path, and it's part for you to grow and learn as well too. And you don't have to feel separate from spirit any of those times. That's never true. You're never separate from spirit. It's just what you are conscious and aware of at that moment. And that's why I always talk about, being aware of your thoughts and being mindful. Because a lot of that is old karmic stuff, patterns and beliefs from childhood, maybe even from past lives, and those sort of things are coming back through, and they're there for us to pay attention to remove, so we can raise our consciousness, to raise our vibration. So I really feel for you guys, you are hanging on to something that is kind of toxic for you. When I see these 2 sevens, I feel like there's almost a friend or somebody that is affecting you. The way that they talk, their beliefs, all those sort of things are swaying you away from yourself. But what Spirit is saying here for you guys, that it's very important for you to trust yourself right now. Trust your own intuition. Work on that and understand that you're never separate from this spirit side. Somebody can't come and tell you that you're being bad and you're separate from spirit. You're always with spirit. So even when you're in those moments that you feel like maybe you are disconnected, that's when you really need to go, hey, Spirit, you're still with me, right? And then start that line of communication. If you feel a disconnect, there will be a disconnect. But for you guys, for sure, your path, it's like you're right there on the edge, I feel like. And you're ready to take a different road, but you're just not sure of yourself. Like, I feel like it's opening up for you right now. Like right now, something amazing is happening and you just don't trust yourself right this second. So I feel for you guys that Spirit for real, really is telling you to trust yourself and know that there is no separate piece of you right this second, that you can move forward. And if it is a new career change or something that you're trying to do, something you've been waiting on, I feel like, to do for a while, like you're waiting for the perfect time to happen, and that's never going to happen. You just have to pursue and put one foot in front of the other kind of thing, and trust that you're being led. this Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. You can't mess this up, my friends. You're already on a path. So that's what it is. So my dear friends, if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and notify. And as always, I hope you have a super blessed week. Thank you for watching. All right, my friends, those of you that chose pile number 3, this is going to be your pick a card reading to what are your blocks to your abundance. So let's see what is blocking you so y'all can move forward into your own abundance. We have Minnetonkan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. That's a beautiful card. I would say right off that you guys haven't been experiencing things with your past life a lot. Maybe you're just questioning it more. Maybe you're not sure yet, but you're starting to want to connect the dots and wonder why you have certain feelings and are drawn to certain things. As a child, I was actually drawn to like witchcraft and stuff, but I was told it was evil. So I didn't really look into it that much. I did. But then later on in my life, I found this connection with a past life with that sort of stuff. So it could be something like that. And even like ancient Egypt, I have a connection with that, and Native American history, those sort of things too, which it is a very common thing. They were very powerful. They're very spiritual tribes too. So they made big impacts on our world consciously. They changed us consciously. So that's why a lot of us have that draw there too. You also have Council of Life, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. And that's beautiful too, because that's showing that you have higher deities that are coming through and helping you and guiding you. And these could be people like Jesus, Krishna, just any deity that you're kind of drawn to. This can be somebody that is one of your guides, and they are a little bit more powerful. They may come through a little bit more for you, those sort of things. But if you feel that, definitely look into it more. I think it's really important for you to connect to those things. A lot of times we feel like, okay, well, that's just a crazy thought that I'm having in my head, when really that thought is trying to connect you to this deity or this thing, or like I'm saying with your past life too, it's trying to bring something together. It's trying to get you to question, because once things start to pop up in your head over and over again, you go, why do I keep having this thought? Or why do I think these things all the time? So then you start searching for things, and that's when you start to realize, I have a connection here. We also have Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Dove Spirit, be peace. Always be peace. Bee Spirit, sweet results await. Of course they do. I feel like that's for all of us. We are putting in some work and some different things right now that are going to really reward us in the end of all this. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be bad either. It's going to be an experience to grow us for the better, and that's what it is. We have a new start is coming, new moon. The answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. We have Bhakti. We have Vada. We have Virgo, the 9th house, Uranus, Daughter of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So right off, like I was saying to you guys, that I do feel like you guys are almost going through the spiritual awakening of your past lives. Things are starting to come into focus about why you are where you are, what you're doing, all these things, but you can't seem to focus on one thing, and you kind of don't know where to begin. It's kind of like, okay, there's so much information for me now that I don't even know where to start. So you're having a hard time kind of devoting yourself to one thing that makes sense. And yet here is this door opening for y'all too, I feel like, very much so, that you're very excited about, and you know and you can see it, but it's like you don't know how to quite get there. So with this, I feel like your block is that you're not really focusing on one thing. So how do we focus on one thing? The one thing that pops out to me is be peace. Whenever I was just asking that, like, how can I relate to you guys, how to unblock yourself from this, is just starting with peace, or starting with love too. I often do that. If I don't have answers and I'm questioning something, I'll be like, I just put my awareness on the word love, on the word peace, on the word joy, and those sort of things. Just raising my consciousness to that vibration and that word helps for me to start to connect with that. And then just knowing that the answers will come to you. But I do feel like because you're not feeling peace right now, you're excited, you have all this information, this creativity, all these things going on all over the place, but it's more about being still and silent right now so you can find that next dot to connect to. It's more about you being with yourself right now, because you're being led like fully, and your spirit guides and spirit is coming through to you like very much. But I feel like you're so all over the place that you're not able to even hear what's going on, is what I feel like. I also feel that you're very emotional too right now. You may one day feel very connected to what is going on, and the next day you feel like you've lost it all in 1 second. Like, I feel like it is a complete up and down for you guys in this moment. But if you're able to really focus yourself and be more in that peaceful space, I love that. And I see this, watch your words. I think that's interesting. So you guys may have a tendency to kind of speak your mind, to tell people how you feel about things, but if it's not coming from peace or love, it's not going to be received well. It never is. Not everything is received well anyway, but when we know there's a discord or a misalignment in something, it doesn't feel good for us either. I've spoke words before that I knew were going to hurt somebody, but they were from truth. And the person would come back to me later on and say, I'm sorry that it had to end up this way, and I know what I said was wrong. It's a different space to speak from. It's a different thing to say. So watching your words is important too, I feel like, because you guys are more about doing right now. You're trying to be moving all over the place. You're trying to get some progress, but you don't even know where that is or how to start with that at this moment. You guys are actually really starting on a spectacular journey that I feel like you can see right now, and that's one reason why you're so excited, but at the same time you're almost not even feeling prepared for this either. And once again, that's why I keep getting drawn back to this dove spirit, to the be peace, devoting yourself in something. If you devote yourself in anything, devote it in love and peace right now. Let that be your direction at this point in your life, because there is something really new and beautiful coming through, and I really feel like it has to do a lot with, you know, either traveling or doing something else. Maybe you're moving to a different place. Maybe you're starting something new. This is a big change. This is an exciting change, a life-changing thing that's about to happen. But you're just seeing the very beginning of it, and you're already making a bunch of assumptions about how it should be or how it, you know, could be, and all those sort of things. And it's more like, slow it down right this second, you know, really still work on yourself. Think about those past lives. I really feel like for you guys that your past lives are huge. They're going to direct you in a lot of ways. So it's very important for you guys to look into your past lives as much as possible. They're going to help you find out who you are now, which we have been talking a lot about karmic things and how they're coming back up and how we're fixing those things, going through them, figuring out what works, what doesn't, those sort of things. But in the process of this all, I really do, I feel like you should be working on what brings you back into yourself, what grounds you too. This is about grounding yourself, and yes, not being all over the place. So being outside in nature is very important, and I feel that's important for all of us right now. So for you, my friends that chose pile 3, if you're feeling all over the place right now, like you can't really, you know, figure out and ground yourself, I feel like that's going to be the most important thing for you guys, is to do the meditation, the awareness, and going outside and being in nature right now is going to be the most important thing for you. To not just let your mind take you all over the place and, you know, make you anxious. I almost feel anxiety from this. Like it goes from excitement to anxiety very quickly. So watch that. And like I said, when you do feel this way, you can focus your mind on just the words joy, love, and peace. Start there It's a vibration, and it will start to attract those things to you so you can get those answers. You can always call on spirit, you can always call on your guides, and they'll always be there to talk to you as well. We all have everything we need to, fulfill our soul purposes and to do everything that we need to. There's no reason to think that we're going to get off track or we're going to miss anything at this time. We are on the perfect path, my friends. So my dear friends, if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and notify. And as always, I hope you have a super blessed week. Thank you for watching.